conditions are advised not to look directly at Jack Bennett. This also applies to women without heart conditions. He's very pretty. See? See how pretty he is? He's very pretty.
Excuse me.
Oh, I was just admiring Jack.
So, would you be able to tell me anything about muckrakers?
Well, using many reliable sources such as Wikipedia, Yahoo Answers, Cha-Cha, My Magic 8-Ball, and Reddit, I have found out that company owners were not very concerned with the grueling and unsafe working conditions. Rather, they focused on money. As a result, many of them were corrupt and engaged in immoral business practices. Additionally, political corruption was common at the time. In order to draw attention to such conditions, a new breed of journalists began publishing articles and novels that portrayed such conditions. These journalists were dubbed muckrakers by Theodore Roosevelt after a journalist attacked some of Roosevelt's friends and supporters. They were denounced as such since they raked the mud of society and never looked up. One of the key innovators of this time was S.S. McClure, a young Midwestern editor who started America's first large circulation magazine, McClure's, in 1893. With cheap prices, aggressive subscription, and promotional campaigns, McClure soon became popular among the urban middle class. In 1902, McClure began hiring talented reporters to write about the nation's social problems. These reporters and many others successfully detailed the issues of the time. For example, Lincoln Steffen's series, The Shame of the Cities, showed how big city bosses worked with businessmen seeking profitable municipal contracts, revealing the corruption at the time. Upton Sinclair's The Jungle exposed the atrocious conditions in various industries such as meatpacking. Clearly, journalism addressed some of the nation's severe problems. Across the nation, the middle class responded with numerous reform campaigns. Even though the reforms that were incited largely failed, muckraking demonstrated the powerful potential for stirring public opinion on a national scale.
Unsanitary and dangerous working conditions, coupled with long work hours and low wages, gave wage laborers reason to protest and call for working condition reforms. They insisted on recognition of union status and ability to bargain fairly with managers. The American Federation of Labor, for example, accepted the wage system and followed the strategy of pure and simple unionism. In return for honored union status, the AFL offered compliant firms the benefit of amenable day-to-day relations with highly skilled wage earners. Only if companies refused to bargain in good faith would union members resort to strikes. In the 1890s, union membership soared, and their effect was widely seen across many industries. However, AFL unions had a difficult time holding on to their gains. Economic slumps, technological changes, and aggressive counterattacks by employer organizations could be devastating. Trade associations, using management-controlled efficiency drives, fought union efforts to regulate output and short practices. In 1906, the Lowe v. Lawler federal court case ruled that those secondary boycotts were illegal under the Sherman Antitrust Act. Long and effective labor tactic, secondary boycotts were now declared a conspiracy and restraint of trade, a ruling that destroyed numerous labor unions.
I want my rights! I won't work unless I get my rights!
Government intervention! Stop right there!
I'm sick of the horrible conditions, the long hours, and the low pay. I'm going on strike.
You've got to be kidding me!
Well, watch me go back to my tenement.
You're a disgrace to your family! You can have your stuffed animal back! I don't want your present anymore! Stinking labor union, see what they do to me! You can get it back! I don't want your smurf anymore!
You know. Also, you could just hire strike breakers.
Oh.
After the emotionally unstable boss of many accents hired strikebreakers, union efforts of progressive reforms were rendered ineffective, an overall failure.
Excuse me, could you tell me all you know about political machines and trust busting?
Oh, sorry, I was busy just producing a far superior soundtrack to that of a certain classmate. Well, according to my extensive research, during the Progressive Era, political machines were prevalent, with numerous politicians giving out important political positions and other favors in return for an individual's support in the form of a vote. Favors also included municipal jobs and gifts in the form of food baskets to the supporter's family. Progressive reformers placed blame for all urban ills on the machines and looked for ways to restructure the government. I don't believe there was a decisive success or failure in reforms for political machines. It was more of a stalemate. Although the machines weren't completely stopped, they did not go unimpeded. Many businesses and professional elites boosted reforms in government, changing machine government in many areas. And with respects to business consolidation, concern with rapid business consolidation prompted Roosevelt to direct the Sherman Antitrust Act, which promoted economic competition by prohibiting business combinations in restraint of trade or commerce. This act of tearing down groups of businesses or trusts is known as trust busting.
Free political positions if you give me your support.
You see that? Yeah, that's political corruption. There's something strange in the business world. Then who you gonna call? Trust busters!
You have been found in violation of Code Number 9001. You have endorsed political corruption, and you have formed many monopolies of valuable markets.
Consider your trust
Busted.
bamboozled.
Are you serious? How many times have we rehearsed this?
Sorry, man.
I'm not your partner anymore. How? You mess it up every single time.
My fault.
You're ruining my record. Freeze! Whoever killed this Smurf meant business. Now, do you see something wrong with this picture? This is an example of domestic abuse, which is largely attributed to the consumption of alcohol. It led reformers to push for the banning of alcohol consumption, sale, manufacture, and transportation, otherwise known as Prohibition. Reformers believed that the limitation or complete non-consumption of alcohol would reduce poverty, crime, domestic abuse, strengthen family bonds, and improve worker productivity.
Many Americans embraced Prohibition as a remedy for all society's ills. The actual consequences of Prohibition, however, were unanticipated, disastrous, and deadly. It was immediately countered by illegal activity such as bootlegging and establishment of speakeasies. Bootlegging is the illegal trafficking of liquor in violation of laws restricting its manufacture, sale, or transportation. Speakeasies are illegal establishments dispensing alcohol. They reached their prime after the 18th Amendment took effect in 1920.
Across the country, many speakeasies sprang up, and bootlegging organizations were required to supply them. Bootleggers and rum runners, which are speedboats that smuggled liquor ashore from far off the coast of large cities, brought in liquor from outside the borders. Murder and hijacking were common in this profitable business. Additionally, the production of alcohol became a cottage industry, producing stink that stinked up entire stinkin' neighbor stinkin' hoods. Stink. The effort of progressive reformers to institute Prohibition was, in retrospect, a huge failure. The solution the United States had devised to address the problem of alcohol abuse had instead made the problem even worse. In many parts of the United States, more people were drinking, and those people were drinking even more than before the Prohibition era had begun.
The policy fostered corruption. Law enforcement agencies became open to bribes to an extent unheard of even in the less than pristine years that preceded it. Worse yet, Prohibition stimulated organized crime in America. Perhaps the most unexpected side effects of Prohibition were the death and disability caused by bootleg liquor. Blindness and paralysis often resulted from contaminants in the liquor.